everyone, it's me, Ariel Asian. Today we're going to talk about the collapse of Hunter Avallone. This is part one, and that he used to be the spaced Christian conservative YouTuber, and he's not anymore. I'm splitting this into two parts because it is really long. He makes, at least used to, a lot of really edgy videos against feminism, against LGBT, queer kid stuff, for example, and a lot of these anti-liberal videos. His last name reminds me of the abalone seashell boy from the Lost Lagoon, which was mentioned in a Clifford episode.
Fisherman Phineas Flounder's one and only amazing abalone seashell boy from the Lost Lagoon. It's a name that will take me far.
It starts in 2017, in which he became an agnostic. He was raised in a Christian household in which he was homeschooled and was like really religious. I'm going to show you a video in which he talks about how he saw a video explaining someone going to hell and how his OCD had made doubts to his faith.
Around the time, I think it was right after I turned 13, that I saw a specific YouTube video. And you have to remember, I was 13, I had not watched a lot of scary things, and this video was called A Letter from Hell. It's actually still on YouTube, I actually recently watched it. And it's this really scary video about a dude who dies, and he goes to hell, and then he writes a letter to his still living friend, talking about the dark angels that are coming to throw him into the pit of fire, and all this kind of scary stuff. And at the time, I didn't know it, but I know this now, and this is a little bit personal, but I don't mind sharing this. I suffer from an anxiety disorder called OCD, so I deal with a lot of intrusive thoughts, a lot of thoughts in my head that I don't want there, and I think this was one of my first encounters with OCD. This video set me into this anxiety stage, and for weeks and almost months, this was kind of on and off, and I was dealing with this pretty severe anxiety. You know, it was more like I dealt with very severe anxiety for the first, like, maybe week or two. Then it would kind of go away after I would talk to people about it. Then it would kind of come back and sort of, yeah, I just think it may have been my first experience, my first encounter with this OCD. I was still a pretty adamant Christian at the time. You know, I would read my Bible all the time. There was a time that I actually brought my Bible with me in the car so I could read it. And then another encounter, I believe, with OCD anyway, were doubts about Christianity. And I think this was the first time that I experienced doubts. But since I had this OCD thing that I was kind of dealing with that I didn't know at the time it was OCD, but I think it's fair to say it probably was, you know, it really freaked me out. I remember having all these thoughts like, what if God isn't real? What if Christianity is wrong? What if the pastor is wrong? And I remember this was causing me such intense anxiety, these thoughts racing through my mind. I was actually at a church event making these cookie bowls for a fundraiser. And as I'm making these cookie bowls, these thoughts are racing through my head. And I just remember having throbbing anxiety and doing everything I can to just fight the tears back from just breaking down.
Watching this, I'm like, how does a video of someone going to hell not lead you to believe in God anymore? I'm going to show you the second part, in which he doesn't feel God's presence when he prays.
Moving on, years later, I had more doubts, but it wasn't like anxiety kind of doubts. It was kind of like this gnawing feeling, like what if you're not really a Christian? You know, am I really a Christian? And I would pray, and for some reason, I don't know how else to put this, and I know I criticize feelings so much, but for this example specifically, I would pray, I would read my Bible, you know, I would pray to become a Christian, whatever, it wouldn't matter, I just couldn't feel it. It felt like I was saying empty words. Like, I didn't feel it in my heart. Like, I didn't feel like I believed it. And I remember that I was sitting in church one time. I was still younger then. And the pastor said, if you don't know you're a Christian, then you probably aren't a Christian. And, you know, I remember that specific time is just kind of freaking me out. But yeah, this kind of just went on for years. For years and years, I would just wonder, am I really a Christian? I would say, yeah, I'm a Christian, but I would just not feel it. It felt like I was saying empty words.
He also compares praying to God to praying to a stuffed animal, which is weird and blasphemous. Honestly, I believe that this is testing God. He honestly believes that all Christians are creationists, which isn't the case. He compares the God is real question to the wage gap question, which is bad. He thinks that it doesn't make sense that God is hearing his thoughts. He also attacks the fact that horrible things happen so people can come to him, and how he believes that is some skewed view. I'm talking about the 9/11 scenario Hunter was talking about. I think that God gives people trials so people could feel close to him. Fast forward to 2019, in which he seems to make glaring accusations that social media censorship doesn't happen all the time for conservatives. There was so much proof against his assertion, and has resulted to name-calling towards the people who do believe that it is happening.
Let's journey back to only a few days ago, when I managed to piss off the alt-right along with a few gullible conservatives. As you can see, these alt-right cucks simply offered no counter-arguments and instead resorted to childish insults and laughable roasts. I'm gonna give you some facts so you alt-right betas can stop thinking with your feelings. Multiple studies have found right-leaning pages grow faster on social media platforms, as well as a study from The Economist which found no ideological bias in Google's search results. This data is of course ignored by money-hungry losers like PragerU, which even unabashedly uses the myth of big tech censorship to collect more subscribers. Far too many people believe that this is actually conservative censorship. Alt-righters are usually banned for violating the terms of service because they tend to spread blatant non-egalitarian propaganda. The boomer right began attacking me because I offered data that contradicted what Steven Crowder is peddling about conservative censorship.
Paul Joseph Watson had then correctly asserted that people are censored off of social media.
There's a YouTuber called Hunter Avallone who came out with this bizarre video saying conservatives aren't being censored, despite the fact that his own channel got deleted. It came back, but it got deleted arbitrarily for no reason whatsoever. You know, I've been banned, Alex Jones has been banned, Luma, Yiannopoulos, the list goes on and on. They literally wipe us out from search engine results. They literally change search engine results on the day of referendums and elections to sabotage conservative candidates and causes like the Irish referendum on abortion. So yes, obviously widespread censorship of conservatives is taking place. We've proven that in triplicate. To claim that's not going on is incredibly dumb. Also, you know, he attacked Fuentes and basically got owned in the comments by thousands of people. Attacking someone with 10 times less subscribers than you on YouTube is a little bit stupid.
To add to that, notable content creators who were censored include James Alsop, Red Ice, Brittany Sumner, At Least Briefly, Candace Owens, and Trio Blodgett. This doesn't extend to just social media, but it extends to other things in life as well. There was a substitute teacher in Utah that was fired from her job for saying that homosexuality is wrong at the Cedar Hills Elementary School. You know, the fathers of the kid, one of them was Louis Van Amstel. It actually seems that YouTube is censoring the videos that go against what the World Health Organization says about coronavirus.
So this is basically like this, right? We looked at these doctors who are saying this, that it's going against the mainstream narrative, and they're being shut down. They're being deleted by YouTube. It goes on and says, Elon Musk and a host of critics have slammed YouTube for removing a video of two doctors suggesting COVID-19 death tolls are being boosted and urging an end to lockdowns because they do more harm than good. The site took down the video of a news conference featuring doctors Dan Erickson and Artin Mashihi, who run a private urgent care clinic in Bakersfield, California on Monday because they claim it violated their user policy by disputing health officials. The World Health Organization, who said banning travel from the epicenter of the virus wouldn't work, who said human-to-human transmission isn't real, right? Who said don't think about any of these things. Don't think about banning immigration because that's just a political move. That's not going to work at all. Human-to-human transmission doesn't happen. Don't believe anyone. Go to Chinatown. Go march in Chinatown. This is what these health officials, like the New York City Health Commissioner, was saying. So they deleted this particular video because it goes against the mainstream narrative. Just think of that.
Another thing that Hunter Avallone does is make assumptions about Kaitlin Bennett. He seems to be jealous of Kaitlin Bennett and every other content creator. Like, how does a soy boy be jealous of some gun girl? Like, wow. He seems to hate Kaitlin, Because she's always out there and talking on the street, Hunter attacks Kaitlin because he claims that she has no substance. He called Kaitlin Bennett a sack of crap. He also pinned a comment on how Kaitlin Bennett is obnoxious and shoves her microphone on other people's faces.
In fact, he's so bothered, he uploaded a video from the March for Life in DC a few weeks ago and made the pinned comment at the top of the video a comment about me that says, "Kaitlin Bennett, take notes. This is how you interview people." I don't even know how I'm supposed to take notes when your microphone is a stick with a rubber band around it. Just like with Logan Paul and his babysitter, I'm apparently living rent-free in Hunter Avallone's head too.
He seems to be jealous of Kaitlin Bennett with her gun photos, which shows that Hunter Avallone is a beta person.
This is Kaitlin Bennett. She rose to prominence after taking graduation photos holding a gun. While she has a right to carry a gun, how she handled the situation was at best distasteful.
So right off the bat, Hunter has some pretty strong opinions about my graduation photos, calling them distasteful and classless in his article that he wrote about me. Hunter wrote, "I'm a big supporter of the Second Amendment, but what goes accompanies that right includes being responsibility with your weapons." Apparently his writing skills are as good as his video editing because I have no idea what he just said.
Kaitlin Bennett was accused by Hunter Avallone the very same things that he's doing, such as making a gotcha question. It has been shown that he is just as obnoxious as Hunter is claiming Kaitlin is.
Trying to trap the people she's interviewing in a gotcha for the sake of pumping out sensational clips.
It's funny Hunter accuses me of trying to trap people with gotcha questions when that's literally what he used to do.
You're dodging the question. You're really good at dodging questions. I'm walking around here wearing my only two gender shirt.
So basically what you're telling me is you're a bad person that likes to pick fights.
No, I mean, that's my own opinion. How many genders do you think there are?
You're a bad person who likes to pick fights. Now fuck off.
She attends these rallies, she acts super loud and annoying, and then acts like the people she's interacting with are insane for refusing to engage or getting annoyed.
No, I act like the people that shove me, yell at me, and spit on me are insane. But it's very telling that you don't show a single clip of any of the people who have assaulted me. The people that refuse to engage don't even make it into the videos. We just walk away and ask someone else if they want to be interviewed.
Hunter is so obsessed with inciting drama when he's talking to people in the street. My response is saying that she doesn't care about the freedom for other people to do what they want to their own bodies seems hypocritical, because Hunter had made videos previously condemning people who do the same thing through his anti-transgender videos.
She doesn't care about people's freedom to do what they want to their own bodies or identify how they choose.
Oh no, you see, that's an interesting accusation. I'm going to respond to this with your own quote.
While we're on the subject of Kaitlin being a hypocrite, let's take a look at these clips. It seems that your ability to lie and your ability to grow boobs are on the same level. Gender is a biological and physical trait that matches your sex. The idea that you're a man trapped in a woman's body or a woman trapped in a man's body is simply not normal.
I can finally come out of the closet of Value City and be my true self. I am trans sofa.
I'd rather be called transphobic and have some common sense.
That attack was just really cringy and embarrassing. It seems that Hunter Avallone does make cheap shots towards Kaitlin Bennett because of his soy boyness. Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!